What's up, friends? How's everybody out there? Six Borough Podcast here, getting you guys ready for a new episode. Let's get through these sponsors first. First, guys, we're brought to you by AS Engineering Services. Check them out at asengineeringservices.com. Or you can reach them at 631-560-0259. Hit them up if you are looking to, build a house, build a building, renovate a building, whatever you're trying to do. Full-scale architectural engineering firm. They do some dope work. I highly recommend checking out their website, see some of the cool projects that they've done. Sorry, for some reason my phone is going off crazy right now. I never have this thing on. No one really wants to talk to me. We also brought to you guys by Municipal Land Survey, 631-345-2658. Hit them up for all your land surveying needs. You could hit them up, say, buying a house. This is one that I never really thought about, but so many people don't check their property lines before they buy a house, and then all of a sudden you got to put up a pool, fence, something, and your neighbor's coming over saying, "Hey, this is my property." Well, head them off before you do that. Get yourself in touch with a good land survey company, Municipal Land Survey. And last but not least, guys, we're brought to you by Keto Fresh. You can follow them at keto.fresh.ny. It's a ketogenic meal delivery service that is getting ready to launch to the public. We've finished up our beta testing, and you guys are going to love it. Delicious food, eating healthy, losing weight, feeling great. Guys, this episode we have Adam, Babyface, and I'm not even going to do him disservice by trying to pronounce his last name because I butcher it every time. This is Adam's second time on the podcast. He is an undefeated heavyweight boxer. Just got off a huge win. We get into that win. We get into a bunch of different things. Being a professional fighter, becoming a sub or almost rock star in Poland, and then some real other interesting conversations. So this was real funny, and we tried a couple of different things going live on Instagram, talking to some of his fans, some of our fans. It was a good time had by all. Hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, guys, we're live. Let's get into it.
Six Borough Podcast. D-Rock.
Yarbs.
Skanga.
Adam Kownacki.
Yes.
Back.
I will never be able to say your last name.
Did you see, speaking of your name, did you see I put the Instagram story up for the podcast and mine? Did I pronounce your name right on it?
I didn't hear it.
Bitch. I was hoping you were going to...
I'm going to guess no.
I said Kownacki.
Yeah,
Yeah, alright. I did it.
He's like a...
I'm proud of myself for that.
Close enough.
For an American, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my coach reach you up.
No way, man. Dude, I'm on your team. What the fuck?
Team Babyface.
Welcome back, man.
Thank you. It's been a while.
Has been a while.
Change the settings.
Yeah. We the podcast grew up. We got our driver's license and we can vote and drink. You know, we got a studio now. We moved it out of my fucking living room.
Our living room.
Yeah. How fucking dare you?
We all live together.
You guys want to do this without me, or?
Yeah. Bye, Felicia.
Adam, pro boxer.
Yes, sir.
17-0.
Yes, sir.
13 knockouts. Fresh off a win at the Nassau Coliseum.
Fresh.
Off Artur Spizilka.
Yeah, the pin.
I can only get one Polish name right, man. I got used to that. I can't get his. Heyo.
Yeah.
Actually, you should. This should be good. This is my buddy Mike. He's here hanging out. He heard that you were on the podcast tonight. He asked if he could come because he's a fan of yours. So
That's awesome. Thanks for coming.
Mike's a combat sports enthusiast. So yeah, he wanted to hang out.
Used to be a participant.
Shut up. It's all the shine you get tonight. Yeah, so dude, your last fight, which I'm fucking mad that I missed because I've made, since I met you, since you started coming to Belmore, I've made all 3 of your previous fights, and this one I missed.
That was the closest one.
I know. The closest one at the Coliseum, and I miss it. Yeah, I was real upset about that. And hey, dickhead. We invite this kid into the studio, and he's got his phone on watching videos. Fuck. Yeah, I was real pissed about missing that, but the guy you fought, man, was a beast, and you ran through that dude like a hot knife through butter, bro.
It's
Yeah.
good.
He looked a little scary. Like he looked like
He had the six
big,
pack
big, like he could move. I was like, ooh.
If you were like an uneducated fan and you looked at the matchup between the two and you did the eyeball test, everyone would have picked him.
Right.
You know, you baby-faced and like...
Everybody, like, from Poland had him. Well, most of Poland had him win, too.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I didn't realize that. I forget he's a Polish guy, too,
Yeah.
so, you know, battle for the fucking country right there.
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, like, all the experts, so-called experts in Poland,
Air quotes.
yeah, had him winning. Like, there's no competition, no, like,
You're right. It was no competition.
Yeah, there was no competition at all.
Wrong way, but hey.
Did he fight Klitschko?
he fought Wilder.
Okay,
Okay.
Wilder. Okay.
He fought a really good fight, too. I mean, so the
Yeah, Wilder's real good.
Yeah. So it was good, man.
Now, he was competitive with Wilder, too, right?
Right, yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
Split decision loss to him?
No, he got knocked out.
Oh, he got knocked out?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
bad, though.
All right.
At 10 rounds.
Well, you put him away in what, 5?
4-4.
4. Right on.
Yeah, I had a great camp. I sparred over like 170 rounds.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, every time I saw you at the gym, you were sparring. Yeah.
But it's lefties, so I knew like getting ready for lefties is a totally different game.
You're lefty T-Rock. You didn't want to spar with him?
There's a little bit of a weight difference. I'm not getting hit by this guy.
Eric was supposed to come, but he got injured, I think, right?
Eric, yeah.
He had some.
He had a couple. He had a couple things going on, but he's good now. He's actually. I spoke to him earlier. Keith and him spoke today. They just booked his. In the process of booking his pro fight.
Right. Pro.
Yeah.
September?
First pro fight. Yeah, September, November for Ring of Combat.
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. I don't know if I was supposed to say that or not, but it's too late. It's already out.
I think he posted something on Instagram.
Yeah. I don't know if maybe I let the cat out of the bag prematurely or whatever, but I mean, I'm
heard it here first, folks.
But they're working it out because I know him and Keith had spoken. He was talking to the guy from Ring of Combat, Lou, to set it up, so that'd be fun.
Awesome.
But yeah, I'd rather you punch Eric than me. I don't want to get hit by you. Fuck that. Like I remember before I met you, I'd been in the gym. I'd seen you a bunch. I'm obviously not Mr. Icebreaker, so I'm not like running up to people and introducing myself.
Hugs.
Yeah. I'll hug you now if I see you. I know you, but I didn't know you, so I don't know. I just let you do your thing. But I remember I was hanging out one time watching you hit pads, and like I was just like, I remember thinking to myself, like, fuck that, dude. The thuds. I was like, I don't want to ever get hit by that guy. Like, you're big.
All good, thanks.
And honestly, like, here's my thing too that I found impressive, and I think it's only gotten better because I'm a creeper in the gym. I always hang around and watch. It's like I'll watch you train a lot.
Not just in the gym. Let's be honest. In life.
Yeah. You're a big dude, but you have real crisp technique. And what's impressive to me is that I feel like you could put your film on and watch the way you move, your footwork, your punching technique, and you could put it next to a lighter guy, and there's not much variance. And like more so in MMA, bigger guys get away with being a little bit more sloppy.
Right.
You don't do that, and that's impressive to me.
Yeah, there's still a lot of stuff I gotta work on, you know. I mean, me and Keith work in the gym, but it's not perfect yet, but slowly.
It's working.
Yeah, that's. I had a conference, like I was interviewed with this Polish boxer. That said, I'm like 240, a little bit chubby. He's like, yo, Adam, don't change it. It's working for you, so don't change it. Right?
Yeah, that's true. Don't fix it, right?
Right.
Yeah, dude. And your fucking volume is insane.
Yeah.
Not this fight or the one before. So like 2 or 3 fights ago, I remember Keith showed the CompuBox strikes, and you threw like 150 punches per round or something like that.
Yeah, it was like 820 for the whole fight.
That's crazy.
Yes.
My arm feels tired just thinking about that.
Yeah. For a heavyweight, dude, heavyweights don't do that. It's crazy.
I would say most boxers don't do that.
Lighter weight guys do. Definitely.
Actually,
I was gonna say
maybe
that
like
volume.
120, 130.
Yeah. Shit, man. Yeah, don't change nothing. Don't go.
Yeah,
Don't become a model.
I should.
Just stay tough.
All these new studies coming out with the brain damage and shit.
Dude, yeah.
The football study, right?
Yeah. Out of 111 people that they tested their brains, 110 had CTE.
Wow.
Dude, yeah, it's scary, man. Actually, speaking of which, I haven't told a whole mess of people, but since we're talking about it, it's worth speaking about. I've talked about it on the podcast once. I get the headaches. Because of that, I'm done fighting. I'm ready to fight again. This is probably the first time saying it publicly. I've told a handful of people, but it's not something I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. But when I was getting ready for my last fight, all the medicals and everything like that, I ended up back in my neurologist's office, and they found some things, and basically what he told me is like, I could fight, but he's like, you're 33. He's like, does your body recover the same? And I was like, no. He goes, well, your brain definitely doesn't. And he's like, you already have a neurological disorder. It's not caused by trauma. Like I had this before I've ever fought. But he was like, as you age, continued trauma, like if you get any more concussions, stuff like that, I could turn the condition from what's called episodic, where I have periods of remission and I don't have problems, to chronic, where it's all the time. And one of his patients was a former pro boxer who had the same condition, got KO'd in one of his last fights when he was like 35, 36, and has been chronic ever since.
So his headaches non-stop?
Non-stop. And I was like, yeah, I'm all set. I don't want this.
Yeah. I mean, for what, right?
Yeah, for what? It doesn't pay my bills,
right?
So I was like, yeah, maybe I'll fucking close up shop now because I don't want to make it worse. So
we're gonna train and stuff, obviously, but
yeah, I still train, and I have like a program set up that my neurologist gave me, where I can spar, like periodized sparring, so I can spar like once, twice a week for like a month, but then I stop for 3 months.
yeah. So the fight was 4 rounds. It was a breeze. It wasn't like I didn't get tired or anything. But the camp was the hardest camp I think I had all my career. Like I'm still.
You
Like,
did how many rounds? I mean,
yeah,
fuck.
I sparred like a lot of rounds. Because first I went to Poland, sparred with Thomas Adamek. Then I came here to sparring with the guys over here.
Yeah, and you spar with some
Big dudes.
big dudes. Like I'm sure you were training
Yeah, heavyweights, yeah.
because you and Gian were getting ready for fights.
Yeah, but Gian's was the right hand, so I had guys come from Kansas City.
Okay.
Cam also.
Dude, I saw that, and me and Chris watched the documentary like 2 weeks before that. He was in.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
And then this guy from Sweden, Otto Wang, came through and helped me out.
Nice.
So it was good work. But yeah, like the sparring, I feel still like a little bit tired from all that hard work. Like I'm not really like I've been in the gym, but the motivation is like it's crazy.
It's slower.
You need that rest, I guess.
Yeah. And I saw you doing. You put up a lot more pictures of you doing like strength and conditioning and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Is that's newer that you've been doing? Or you just
No,
added
I've
that?
been doing it for a while. Just,
Okay.
I guess I can make it more public now.
Okay.
Now, so you sparred a lot for this fight. Now, was that for a specific reason? Like, why did you change it up?
One, I believe sparring is the key thing to training for fighting. Like that's what you got to do because strength conditioning, bag work, pads is good, but
They don't hit back.
Yeah, like to get sharp and stuff, you need sparring. And this guy I fought was a lefty. I never really fought lefties.
So it was the experience
yeah.
of getting in there with a lefty and
Yeah.
okay.
Get as familiar as possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a lot. Like it's crazy how much sparring it was. But also, like, I guess the whole camp overall was very hard. Like the stuff in Poland we did, like you do a lot of conditioning stuff over there. It was just tough. But you know what? I mean, paid.
I was gonna say it worked out.
Yeah.
Worked out pretty
man.
fucking well.
Hard work, but worth the work. Obviously.
I mean, hopefully back in the ring October, November. So I'm back training hard. Like you said, doing more strength conditioning stuff.
So you're getting right back to it, October, November. So you fought July, and you're getting right back to it, huh?
Yeah.
All right. I just went live on the Instagram for you
Said
too.
right here.
But
Technology.
do you because you've been pretty active, right?
Well, actually, I only had 2 fights.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why did I feel like you had more?
I mean, I'm in the gym non-stop.
Yeah, you're always in the gym, so I just feel like maybe I just in my
you see
mind,
me, yeah.
I feel like you're constantly fighting. But I mean, all right. So I was gonna say, because speaking of what we just spoke about, brain trauma and stuff like that. Are you worried about too quick of a turnaround to get right back into that?
A little bit.
Sparring?
Yeah, reading these like studies and stuff. Like I'm really on top of that stuff. It's kind of like
It's scary, man.
yeah.
It's
Like,
scary.
then knowing a lot of fighters that are messed up now is like the old school guys.
Yeah, slurring their words and
Yeah.
they're all fucked up. I mean, that's why I'm happy that there's like people out there that are starting to recognize ways to manage it, and then like for training.
But then like you have football players and they get paid billions of dollars. We get paid nothing.
not
pennies of
not
this.
millions of dollars.
Yeah, so that's the main thing. It's like, okay, I mean, I don't mind risking my life, but make sure my family and my next
Right,
generation
there's got to be a benefit
set,
to
you
it.
know.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's the key difference too with like football and fighting. There's nobody who gets into fighting not knowing that there's big risks, right? Like,
Right.
everybody knows that. If you're going to fight, you know the risk involved. But
Football too, like they know.
At this
It's
point,
anything.
well, at this point now, but maybe years ago, less. Like the consequences of fighting are so obvious.
Yeah,
Less
but-
so with football. Like football,
I don't
it's
really-
contact sport, but like
Dude, you
it's-
go through 1-2 day practice over the summer, you know what it does to your body.
Yeah, but you don't know about brain damage. Though, is what I'm saying.
You just know what it does to your body, like, and
Yeah,
you're constantly.
You gotta be
Anyone
like,
that
delusional if you don't take that into account.
Exactly. Anyone that fucking wants to pretend like they didn't know, then you're just retarded. Like, you were retarded before you fucking started playing football. You take your head and smash it against a fucking tree, you're gonna get brain damage. You take your fucking head, you smash it against somebody else's head, you're gonna get brain
Yeah,
damage.
but that's not
eventually.
every aspect of football. That's why I'm making the argument. Especially, and, dude, they're finding out soccer players from hitting soccer balls.
Yeah.
with
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
brains.
Yeah,
How fucking crazy
yeah,
is that?
soccer plays is soft.
Yeah, they're pussies.
But it's like everything you do is wrong. Like you eat eggs, it's bad for you.
Yeah.
You drink coffee, it's bad. So it's BS too.
So easy on the coffee, all right?
Well, no,
It is, though, they say that.
yeah, they say that.
I'm not trying to hear that shit.
But eggs,
You
they
know,
say
they say
things
that,
like-
yeah. High cholesterol and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
I
every
think
2 years bacon's good for you, then it's bad for you.
Right,
you know?
exactly. I think the big thing that's going on right now is the awareness, whether it be fighting, football, hockey, soccer, basketball. There's a lot more awareness now as to, like, it used to be you get a stinger or whatever, and it would be like, okay, come out, you're out for 5 plays, go back in. Now they know, like, the concussion protocol is very different. So I think we're going to see a large reduction in, CTE. Like, I think because they're managing it better now. Like,
But also, athletes are so much bigger, stronger,
that's
faster.
crazy, yeah.
So that's also, like, I think, a big component.
Evolution's a motherfucker because everyone's getting bigger, faster, stronger, and
Because like back in the 1960s, football players weren't fucking
Oh, no.
270.
No, that would be like the big. Like, back in the day, an offensive lineman was like 250 pounds, 260.
Yeah, that was-
Now,
I'd be a fucking center right now.
now a lineman's like 320, 330. Fucking
it runs like
runs-
a 4.6.
Yeah, like a 4.640, and bench presses 800 pounds. It's like,
I think you're going to see the protocol for training change a lot in all these sports because you just can't keep damaging yourself like that. Like a lot of the stuff with especially like MMA and boxing, they say a lot of these guys are getting damage in the gym. Like
Sparring,
gym wars. Yeah.
But you gotta spar. Like, for me, that's the number one thing. Like, getting ready for a fight. Like, what, you gonna do strength conditioning? Or whatever?
And see, with all sports, like, the training protocol, what are you going to do? You're going to have, like, football players not hit each other during practice? Like, how good are you going to get? How are you going to get better? How are you going to prove yourself?
You gotta prepare for it.
Yeah, you got to prepare yourself.
If you're condition that fight, what you gonna do? Oh, we'll do it now. You hit me too hard, time
Yeah.
out. Like,
Well, that's why I think the protocol is going to change. They're going to have to figure out ways where, obviously, you have to do it. You can't eliminate it. You can't be a fighter and not spar. You can't be a football player and not tackle each other. But I think it's going to be like kind of what my neurologist did for me. Because I told him, I've been doing this for a long time. It's not something I'm ready to walk away from. I can't just flat quit. And in the gym, at least I can spar. It's a little bit more controlled. Or if I get dinged, if I get buzzed, I can stop. In a fight, you don't have that option unless you're going to lose. So I'm a little bit more in control, and I can do it the periodization schedule where it's like, okay, you can spar for this 30-day block, but after that, you need 90 days of no contact so that your brain recovers. So I think you're going to start seeing maybe people way smarter than any of us at this table figure out ways for these guys to periodize how they do it to minimize the...
Well, that's what I was saying, as far as the reduction, because you're more aware of it now.
Yeah.
Like, that study that they did where, what was it, 99% or something like that?
It's like, just because you know everything doesn't mean you're going to stop doing something.
No.
We all know how to eat right. We know what is bad for us, and we still eat it. Like,
look how many people still smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, it's like, it gives you cancer.
Yeah, it says it on the thing. May cause birth defects.
I pick up a pretty good example of that. I'm well aware of what I'm doing to myself right, with my extracurricular activities.
Yeah, you sound like you have CTE.
Yeah. I just spent 10 days on beach drinking, so I'm well aware of it, but I'm not going to stop. I enjoy it.
Yeah, enjoy it. You're supposed to enjoy life, right?
Yeah.
I mean, enjoy fighting.
I'd rather go out at 60 having fun than go out at 90.
A doctor and lab is supposed to say, "Oh, you can't do it because you're gonna have this." Well, all right, it's my choice.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's it. Is the ownership of it.
It's freedom.
It's the freedom, and we choose or you choose. Whoever chooses to do these things. The problem was, when people would be like... The
problem is that NFL's getting sued.
Well, right. Because don't get me wrong, they did some shady shit. They definitely, hid some information. But at the same time, no one was forcing these people to play football. No one put a gun to their head and said, hey, you got to play.
Right.
No, they reaped the benefits of playing a sport for pay. And, now there's side effects.
I can't say that I feel... like anybody got extorted by the NFL.
Right.
Like, the thing is, it's like Adam said. He knows the risk. He's not going to walk away. None of those guys are going to walk away from the NFL either.
Right.
But what I would say is that the chances of them knowing, say they get into a hard hit, they're fucked up feeling on the sidelines, the coach's like, you got to get back in there. He might have thought twice about going back in that same game. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's where I feel... things are going to have changed now, and the NFL's a little fucked up for knowing that and being not changing their concussion protocol until it was like, oh, by the way, you got a record number of ex-players killing themselves because they have fucking brain damage. Like, that's kind of shitty. But if you laid out the cards, right, and I'm some kid, from wherever, and my options are, hey, you can die at 60 with brain damage, but you're going to play in the NFL, you're going to live like a rock star, and you're going to make millions of dollars and take care of the rest of your family, or, you're going to make $30,000 a year and work at CVS down the road, but you're going to live till 90. I'm going to get in the the long line to become a fucking football player. It's just, it is what it is. It's like you said, no one's going to choose the opposite, especially if it's something you love.
Right.
It's, I don't know, man. What, if you had... what I have, what choice do you make? Like, if you had a neurological... Well, no. See, but this is what I mean. Like, mine...
It's different to say... It's like would you suck a dick for $1 million?
Yes.
How
do we go from headaches to sucking dick?
Put the money on the table.
It's like a question like that. It's like, you're not in a position to do it,
Well, all you gotta do is take a knee. You'll be in the position. You get more than an 8 count, though, on that. But, well, this is what I was asking that to illustrate a point.
I don't want to get it,
No, what I mean is, I think that nobody's going to walk away. If I was in your position, right? If I was...
let's say that. If you were 16 and 0 with 13 knockouts...
I keep fighting.
You rank top 10.
I keep fighting. Yeah. I'm not walking away. If I was in your shoes, and this is what my neurologist told me, I'm not walking away. I'm still fighting.
Right.
100%.
Because he said you could have. It's not 100%.
It's not a guarantee.
Yeah.
Nothing's guaranteed because they don't know enough yet.
Right.
But if
maybe it cures the headaches.
But if I was you and I got that news, sorry, Doc, I'm still fighting.
Yeah.
Well, I think
you would do the same thing. Is what I think.
And are you talking about like at Adam's point in his career now.
Yeah, if I was in Adam's shoes at this point in my career, where maybe a fight or two away from a title shot, even maybe,
Right.
I'm not walking away.
No, of course not.
I'm not walking away at all. But you know.
yeah, like your position right now, where you haven't had a pro fight, you're not going to go that.
It doesn't
route,
pay my
like,
bills. Yeah, it doesn't pay my bills. You know, my plan
It's a
was.
hobby.
Yeah, I mean, my plan was to go pro. You know,
Right.
I was always real with myself. Right, I always knew I wasn't gonna make a living from
Right.
fighting. I knew I could go pro. I could be a low-level pro. Maybe make it to Bellator or something like that.
Right.
You know, but I knew that was probably the extent of it. Just given my age, you know, I work still full time,
Right.
and I was at a point in my life where it didn't make sense for me to walk away from my job because the risk reward, like, I just knew it wasn't ever going to pay my bills like that. I knew
Yeah,
it
but
wasn't
you're
going to be.
smart enough to do that. Like, I was doing construction, bouncing at clubs and training till, a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
Like, I used to do construction. I mean, go to training. I did like construction at school, so you work afternoon shift. So I would train in the morning, go to work, do demo, and then come back home and do my road work. Like, that was my day for like a couple,
I did that when I was doing something similar. I'd wake up in the morning, train, go to work, and then train again.
Yeah.
I still tried to train like I was a professional athlete. I tried, but I was realistic with myself and where I was going to end up, and I wanted to go pro, just to know that I was able to do it. And I still think if I wanted to ignore the advice, my next fight I probably would have went pro, or maybe 2 fights, maybe whatever. But I felt like I have the skill set to do it, and I just wanted to prove it to myself. But given the circumstances, what does the next couple of years get me? Okay, I get to tell people I was a professional fighter, and that's it. Cool, man. What do you do now? Oh, now I take a bunch of medication for my headaches, and I fix computers. Like,
hopefully, what is it? Legal medical marijuana is going to be legal in New York. So
I take CBD oil. It helps a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot. Whatever. We don't even fuck that. We're talking about you, not me.
I smoke weed. I feel great.
But so now you're at a point, though, right? You're an athlete. You are a full-time professional athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you don't. You're at a point now where you make your living solely fighting.
Yes, sir.
It's fucking. That's awesome. That's awesome. So if I wouldn't walk away from that now, it's worth the roll of the dice.
Right.
Yeah. You're about
And
to
also,
live the
like,
dream.
you put 13 years of hard work into the sport. You're like you said 2-3 fights away from title shot, and I'm like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
I had enough. Hell no. It's like,
Yeah, gotta roll it.
Yeah. And you gotta be like,
But then you see pictures of Ricardo Colon.
oh yeah, dude.
So
So
we fought on the same card, and this guy is
you fought on that same card.
not the one where he
Oh.
got injured like a couple fights ago, like before that one.
So if anyone doesn't know who Pritchard Colon is, Pritchard Colon is he was a boxer. He was like
Prospect.
20.
Yeah.
He was undefeated, like a big prospect. He was supposed to be one of the next big things.
Puerto Rican.
Yeah, Puerto Rican dude, real good. So he fought this one particular fight. This was like 3 years ago, right? 2014-ish, I think.
Yeah.
So it was around 2014. It was his third fight in 3 months. And he fought
Why
a...
do that?
So also he fought an undefeated guy, and the guy kept hitting him behind the head.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like the quote, like they thought it was like the end of the fight, but they still had two rounds left. They
Yeah,
took
they
off his
always-
gloves, and the ref stopped it. Thank God. And then he went to the hospital, and they said, "Yo, you got put in a coma because he got like brain damage or something."
Yeah, it's swelling.
Yeah, it's on.
Swelling in the brain and hemorrhage. Now he's in they call it a persistent vegetative state. So he's just a vegetable now.
No, but he's like communicating, which is pretty good. Like he smiles a little bit.
But that's only recently.
Yeah.
Only it took 3 years for him to get to that point.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he's improving, but yeah, he won. Now I don't know for sure if it's that one fight. There's a lot of speculation because he got hit in the back of the head a bunch. But he fought 3 times in 3 months,
Yeah.
and that's like what we were just talking about. Like,
But then, like,
It's a quick
but then
turnaround.
fighters did that back in the 50s, 60s, nonstop. Like,
Yeah.
like Sugar Ray Leonard has like 100 fights or something.
yeah,
But there's also like you said, like the sports science is
It's so different.
and
Yeah.
so is every person. Everybody's different. You don't know you have no idea what that guy's genetically predisposed to. Because some people just
like fucking cavemen.
Yeah, like they might not
doesn't affect them.
They might not be predisposed to that type of stuff. You know what I mean? I only just found this out recently. The headaches in my family, it's all hereditary. Like, yeah, I'm just genetically predisposed to that. Like, my mom had bad migraines, my sister, and only recently when my mom was up here visiting last, was she telling me that she found out, because she didn't know her father growing up, but he had terrible headaches as well. So it's just in my family. It's hereditary. So
This from a long line of nagging wives.
Probably
now.
Yeah, this is why I'm not married.
You're married though?
No, I'm not married.
No,
No, that's why I'm not. But yeah, so who knows what that guy was genetically predisposed to, or shit that happened to him? Who knows, man? I think back to like when I was fucking a reckless young idiot, dude. I used to fall out of trees all the time and hit my head, and like skateboarding and hit my head. Like, you know, I don't know what this guy was doing. It could have been that night.
Too, yeah.
That night might have been just like the last straw that broke the camel's back. You know, it might not have been just one thing. So
there's a movie like what was it? Concussions to Go.
Oh, with Will Smith.
No.
I haven't seen that one. Concussions to Go.
Yeah, it was a comedy. It was like a scary movie kind of thing.
Like a parody.
Is it on Netflix?
Yeah. Nah, I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Wow,
I forgot what it's called. But yeah,
let's get off the brain trauma. It's depressing.
Yeah. So yeah, this is bad shit.
Well, what I was gonna say, I want to talk to you about is you gotta be like close to being a rock star in Poland right now, right?
I wanted to know that since he got here. Yes.
Well, when I was there for the camp with Thomas Adamek, I was being recognized in like airports and like people knew who I was. But I figured if I go back now, it should be huge. Like,
yeah, after this last fight, because
my Facebook, he was huge. Like he's like right now, they're making excuses for him. Like it's not like I did a great job. It's like I just had a bad day. Oh, he had this. Like,
he got in the ring with you. He had a real bad day.
Yeah, I was saying like it's aggravating, but it's like it is what it is. I don't mind. But like my Facebook went up over like I think 11,000 people.
Nice.
Over like night.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's a lot of accept.
No, I mean I have a fan page.
Oh, nice.
So it's just likes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. I did one more. You gotta be certified rock star status. I mean,
hopefully.
You're getting more and more recognition here, though, too. Like,
yeah, for sure.
You know, I saw a couple like articles leading up to the fight that like gave you some good press, and now if I mention your name to people, like a lot of people are like, "Oh, I heard about that guy." So, because I mean, you fought in the Barclays a couple times recently, like 2 or 3 times, right?
So more
than that?
4 or 5. I think.
4 or 5. Okay, there you go. I mean, and you've knocked people out every time. So I gotta assume that the next one or 2.
Yeah, be slowly. Hopefully, I'm off fight again in October, November. Maybe something in December, and then hopefully a title shot in early next year.
You know, and now we're gonna blast your face out there to all 7 people watching. You get 7 more likes tonight on your Facebook.
It's like 8. All right, come on.
Are you going back to Poland anytime soon?
Can we come with you and be part of your rock star crew, your entourage?
Yes, we make a good entourage.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, hopefully, I want to go back. I really enjoyed the time I was there for like 5 weeks.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
I'd be real interested. I think when you go back, record a lot to see what it's like. Yeah, just to see the changes. So I would love to see that. I'm a big sucker for like all those like vlogs and behind the scenes types of things. If you did one of those, like to show what it's like when you go to Poland now as a goddamn rock star, that would be fucking awesome. That would be real cool.
It should be, yeah. But it's like that's not my personality. Like I try to stay humble and stuff. So
yeah, you can still be humble and still have people fucking pictures of you. I just want to see what it's like.
So after every fight, there's a bar in Maspeth called Johnny's Cafe. So I went, like over 500 people were waiting there for me.
Cool, bro. Thanks for inviting me.
You didn't go to a fight though.
Yeah. You didn't even go to his fight. Go fuck yourself.
This is the fight after party, bro.
I'll stop now.
So yeah, when I was like, I'm gonna go there for 15 minutes, take some pictures and bounce. Ended up being like an hour and a half.
That's awesome.
Everybody like, can take a picture? Can you take a picture? It was a nice feeling.
I mean, especially after that fight, man. That was fucking impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it was on Fox too, so
Yeah.
over 1 billion views. Then I had got a shout out to a Barclays Center in Brooklyn Boxing. They gave me like a VIP treatment on the Mikey Perez Adrian Bruner fight.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I never knew that there's like a lounge area in Barclays Center.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, me either. I was like, oh, like here, come here. They gave me like a bottle and stuff. So it was awesome. Like
That was like
amazing.
2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But my cousin, my wife, my brothers.
That's real cool.
So yeah, I was like, wow, this is amazing. It was
That's
pretty
fucking
fun.
awesome.
Yeah, it's growing up. I mean, getting used to it. I got used to the
It's good to knock people out.
How old are you?
28.
28. 28. You will be. By the time you're 30, you'll be a full blown
I think so. Yeah.
recognized name. Oh, 100%, dude. Listen. Outside of Deontay Wilder and heavyweight right now.
Joshua, right?
Yeah, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, and I can't even name another contender right now. And I probably follow boxing more than the average person does.
Right.
So I think you will make a splash because you're unique in your output. You know, you throw, you're knocking everybody the fuck out, and you're young.
Right.
You know, Klitschko just retired. Klitschko was the man. He's like 40 something.
That was
You know?
funny.
He's the man for so long.
Yeah. So
Did you guys see the meme with Anthony Joshua?
Nah.
He ended 2 things in 1 week. Vladimir Klitschko's career and Amir Khan's marriage.
he was banging Amir Khan's wife.
I think, well, they getting divorced, and that's the rumor is online.
Oh,
But
shit.
Wow.
That's crazy. Yeah. that was funny.
That's pretty funny. The internet is fucking savage, man. The internet, goddamn.
No mercy, huh?
No. They don't. Yeah. You'll get memed like that.
Yeah, they made memes of the guy I fought after our fight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like 20 memes. It's
Can I find some? What's the?
Sure.
Give me the
Polish, though.
hashtags.
It's an exposure.
Let's
You're gonna have
pull
to
this
tell
up.
us what it means.
That was like the after the Cormier John Jones fight. I mean,
Oh, dude, I felt so bad.
I felt so
What
bad.
happened?
I'm not a big
Close
Cormier
fight.
fan, but yeah, he shouldn't have been. I mean, Rogan wound up apologizing for interviewing him, but I mean, he was super emotional. He just basically been, TKO'd, and it was tough. It was just tough to see, like, the emotions pouring out of Cormier at that point. And then the internet within, like, 5 minutes was just destroying him.
Yeah, and they memed him quick, fast
Yeah.
with that crybaby face. All right, so while we're doing the search here for the meme, so I did something. We did something. All right, what is that?
This one says, thank you, Adam, for hitting you at least once.
And it's a picture of him hitting you.
Yeah.
Now there's a picture of the stare down between them after the weigh-ins. What does this say? Adam doesn't even know. It's so complicated.
Well, one who is making a tough face at the weigh-in is going to be focusing on laying in the ring.
You know what I thought was funny? Oh, what is that?
So, the thing that hurts me the most is that I did bad for my dogs. He has two dogs. It's called Titsu and Pumba. That's it hurts me the most.
So it's a picture of Artur with a mic in his face and this like just crushed look on his face. And what's this one?
People going deep.
Yeah.
making
That
fun of
one
his
bark
dogs.
what Adam said.
What?
That one was to bark for what Adam said. Man, these guys.
The internet, man. They don't give a fuck. All right, so I have questions for you that I did. We did something new, so I put out. I asked people to ask questions that they wanted to ask you. So I got a couple questions I got to ask you. Yes. So
Is this the first time this actually worked, and we're having
Yeah. Well, it's the first time I actually really
we
tried it too. You know.
You should ask me to actually.
So, well, you know what? We can go live in a minute too, and I'll see if anybody has questions there too. Something new to try out. So, a friend of mine, my buddy Tommy, who trains jiu-jitsu, is a big fight fan. He wanted me to ask you what your fight day routine is like to shake out nerves. Do you have any like rituals or anything that you do?
Yeah, actually, so I usually work out in the morning.
Really work out the day of the fight?
Yeah. Well, I got that from Keith. He has this guy do sprints.
Yep.
But me and my trainer Darius Nikevich do like strength conditioning workout. I mean, short, 20 minutes, just get the blood flowing.
Yeah. Just to make it like any. Just to make it like any other day.
Yeah, just make it. Yeah.
Okay.
Because like usually you take fighter off. Like you want to keep the engine going.
Right.
So that's why I do it in the morning. It's 20 minutes, so you don't really get tired, but you break a little sweat and.
It does help fight the nerves. I remember my last fight, Keith had me do the same thing, and I woke up in the morning, I was running sprints, and it made me feel better, and it gave me something to think about rather than, the fight.
Right.
So, alright, so here's the other one. Most of us will never experience knocking someone in a ring or cage out. Can you describe the feeling to the audience? Like, what's it feel like when you fucking knock somebody stupid?
Well, there's two different feelings. One's like when you just like beat them down, and there's the one where you just like land the perfect shot,
right.
And you feel like the whole nervous, like the adrenaline go through your whole arm, like you feel like the whole thing.
It's like you feel you're taking their energy right from them.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, like I had that twice when I fought on PA. I caught a guy with like a perfect shot. You just felt it, and then once in the Berkeley Center when I fought Lorenzo Smith. It's like you hit him. I think I had it against this guy in Prudential Center too, 3 times.
Which do you prefer? Do you prefer that clean shot?
Yeah, the clean shot. You just feel it's like you know he's not getting up. Like
right. That's pretty awesome. All right, so you got anybody? Let's ask all the people right now on your live Instagram.
Też ma jakieś pytania? Somebody got anybody got questions? We're doing an interview with Sixth Borough podcast.
So,
by the way, hello everybody.
Of course, you had to know that this was going to happen, right? Another question I got was, a guy wants to know whether or not, and it's actually a friend of mine, my buddy Steve. He's actually a good friend of mine. He's been on the podcast. He's my tattoo artist as well. One of them. He, of course, he's a big boxing fan, and he loves Floyd Mayweather. And his question is, he wants to know if you know that McGregor's going to win.
If you say so.
What are your thoughts on that?
Hey, he won. He won the jackpot. I mean, he's making a shitload of money. And then it's good for boxing too. I think it's great. I mean, it's publicity. It's great for the sport. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think the fight is a fight to be like a competition fight. It's more to go and hang out with your buddies, have a beer, have a good time, and enjoy a good night of fighting.
Yeah, it makes sense.
McGregor is tough, so I don't think he's gonna surprise anybody. But hopefully, he lasts a while.
It'll be a fight at least. Like, yeah, he's tough. He's not a pussy, so he'll put up a fight. But I don't know how competitive it's
I
going
won't
to
tell
be.
you the phone. You got it, boss.
That's the question? To fix your phone?
Yeah.
Take the charger out of it. It'll sit fine.
We broke it.
The dummy over here, this bimbo's got a question.
Relevant point, and you brought this up. I'm gonna refer to you. And the question is, as far as the McGregor fight, if Floyd Mayweather loses, do you think that jeopardizes
Sean,
the
you
integrity
know-
of boxing?
What if?
That's a point that you brought up.
If Mayweather loses, do you think it puts the integrity of boxing in jeopardy a little bit?
He's not gonna lose.
But if he does,
Then I don't think so.
You don't think that would hurt boxing at all?
Oh, why?
No?
It's not like McGregor's a fucking bum off the street. Like, he is still a professional fighter.
But I don't think there's no way he's gonna.
you gotta take that charger out, Adam. It's not gonna sit flat with that charger. It's killing me watching you do that. You got any questions from them?
Any questions, guys? Well, my buddy Sean said that I know that McGregor's gonna win.
Oh, he said he knows that McGregor's going to win?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
Interesting.
Sean?
Interesting.
Sean from Ireland.
Nah, Sean from, he's from Long Island.
There's a lot of people out there that think he's really going to pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, the odds are crazy.
There's some experts that think he could pull it off.
Anything can
Brandon
happen
Schaub,
when you.
that's it.
Am I fighting?
Can happen when you're throwing fists. You know, anyone can get caught. But I just don't.
Yeah.
see
No,
it.
I don't see it. I
It's
mean,
less than likely.
the best boxers,
Yeah.
like, they did it, it's, I mean, Pacquiao, Canelo, Cotto.
That's where I think it hurts the integrity of boxing if Mayweather were to lose. Because then I feel like it makes all those guys who couldn't get the job done,
Right.
like, you get this guy who walks in. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, Yardlow's point was, McGregor's not a chump. He is a professional fighter, but he's not a fucking boxer. And boxing and MMA are wildly different, especially when it comes to striking. So I just kind of make it feel like a guy who didn't dedicate his life to boxing to come in and clean out the number one guy. It makes everybody else look kind of crappy.
But also Mayweather's much
I got some
older.
questions. Wait, I got some questions.
McGregor's what, 27, and he's a bull.
What do we got?
So how long have I been training with boxing? Boxing, I started training when I was 14. So for
12 years? 13 years?
13 years, 13, 14 years.
Just a couple of years. He's still new in it.
And then, well, I fight Big Baby. I knew Big Baby for a while, since I was 15. We grew up together in amateurs, so...
Is he kickboxing now?
Nah, he's boxing.
Oh, okay.
He had some kickboxing fights. So, if
So
the
wait,
money's right...
tell everybody who Big Baby is. I don't know if everybody knows who he
I
is.
don't even know.
Big Baby Drill Miller. He just fought Drill Washington, stopped him in like 9 rounds.
Okay. Local guy.
Local guy, yeah. We grew up together.
Big dude. Big dude. You grew up with him? I didn't know that.
Yeah, we grew up in Gleason's together.
Oh, shit. So you know Derek Rossi as well.
Yeah.
Derek Rossi went to high school with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys saw last
Rossi.
year.
Oh, we did
My
talk about
cousin-in-law.
Eric.
His,
Yeah, Eric
his
is there.
brother's married to my cousin.
What other questions we got from the Polish contingent?
Next fight, hopefully, następna walka będzie w październiku, mam nadzieję, lub w listopadzie.
What?
Next fight, looking forward to the question. So when's my next fight?
Still gotta answer it in English.
Yeah, so next fight, hopefully it's gonna be next fight November or October. Which athletes inspire you?
That's a good
Everybody.
question.
Young Mike
A young Mike.
Young Mike
Fucking asshole.
Location of the next fight, hopefully New York. Which athletes inspire me? I like, I don't know. Hard to say. I gotta think of that more often.
So I'm going live now on our Instagram as well. I'm going to try and get some English speakers too. We're going crazy right now. We're trying something. We're trying some new tricks out on the Six Borough podcast. All right, so we're here. We're live right now.
By the way, Sean, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Sean.
Hey, happy birthday.
More Brooklyn.
We're live with
I'm
Adam.
not sure I want to fight.
You got more viewers than us. This is
He's a Polish rock star.
Yeah,
yeah. You're right. You're right. So we got.
he's a little more famous.
So we got 2 views, and it's me and.
I'm gonna watch us.
So
Cześć Iwa, pozdrawiam.
So how big is your following right now? Like, you know, right now, so you have how many people right now? These are mostly Polish
27.
people? So
Postaram się przed
they're paying
szafkę.
attention in Poland to you. You're going to be a rock star.
Who are some possible opponents? I'm not sure yet. I mean, my managers, and they're deciding.
He's going to fight Eric Ott in the gym next week.
Favorite boxer. Husto, shout out to you. Favorite boxer, I think it gotta be Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Nice.
Mike Tyson now? Or
Yes,
Mike
Mike
Tyson in the
Tyson.
early 90s?
Mike Tyson.
Nice, yeah, he was big.
So I got this sleeve, right, of all portraits.
Right.
So this is like my nerdy. This is going to be the combat sports. I'm getting Tyson.
Thanks for. Thank you, him. Said,
What
shout
time
out
is
to
it?
Chicago? Oh, it's late. It's 6 o'clock.
12 o'clock?
2.
2 in the morning?
Yeah.
You got this many people?
That's
Ah,
impressive.
this is Chicago, Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
Calling Joe from Brooklyn. I'm from Massachusetts.
Is there a big Polish community in Connecticut and stuff? Like,
Yeah,
where's
actually,
the-
I'm going to Connecticut. Next week, next week on Sunday. Milwaukee, shout out. Thirsty Thursday. Yes.
Yo, so everybody on here right now, if you're Polish, tell us where you're from. I'm real interested about
Brooklyn. We got Germany. Shout out to Germany.
that. Damn. 6 Month Podcast International.
International.
That's the first international episode.
I will be in Stanford.
What are you doing there?
It's like Polish picnic, like a Polish festival.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's gonna be fun. So we got New York.
Are you allowed on the Ferris wheel?
Jersey, Maryland. Still have New Place.
I love the Polish festivals. The one that out in Riverhead.
Oh, Manchester.
Awesome.
I've never been.
Shout
Oh
out
my
to
God.
England.
Great
You ever
beer,
been there?
fucking good kibasi and shit like
You said
that.
there's a Polish festival in Riverhead.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
When is it?
I think it's. I want to say it's in October. I think
Okay.
it's usually in October. I haven't been there in a few years, but I used to go like all the time. It's fucking awesome.
I never went.
Yeah. Great food. Like,
know what?
such good fucking food.
We should go with you.
Yeah.
We'll record it. I want to see how big of a splash you make when you show up to that motherfucker. Cut the line. Eat for
Come
free.
to UK, please. Shout out to UK fans.
Hey, shit.
All right.
Right
Yeah,
on.
all over the world.
Yeah, I want to come to UK. Hopefully one day. Germany. Shout out to Germany.
That's the second Germany.
Who's Francisco?
Look at all the hearts going right now. You're getting mad love, Adam.
Look at that.
Adams, see? I told you, dude. You're a big deal.
Speak, Dame spricht whatever.
It's like rapid fire.
Yeah. All right.
So apparently we got to start knocking people out on the podcast. We're getting a lot of love.
Yeah. Which coming? It's bad. Like, bye guys.
What happened? They started asking bad questions?
Do you have a picture? Would you like to? Oh yeah.
93 viewers.
That was an interesting segment.
That was cool.
That was fun.
That was fun.
That was the first time we tried that. That went well.
Live
I did it
interaction.
actually before my fight. Like Saturday.
Yeah, I saw. I did see some.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. I had like 400 views.
Wow, that's impressive.
Man, if you should give it. I know this is the wrong person to ask because Keith would be like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
So, yeah, Keith, record like you. That would be sick. Like you could see everybody like as the walkout and stuff like that. But I know
My brother
Keith-
should do it.
Like a live
I think he
walkout,
did it.
like
I think he did it,
That'd be
actually.
fucking awesome.
So, outside of the gym, what do you do? Like,
I'm enjoying it. Like a lot of interviews, like the past 2-3 weeks, a lot of interviews, especially with the Polish media. First 2 weeks were crazy. I think like I should have been resting, but it was no rest. It was work actually, just being everywhere, doing interviews on the phone all day, going to meetings, meeting up with people. And it was fun, but it was hectic. It's like a job in itself.
yeah.
So I slowed down
Do
finally.
you not like that part, or
Well, I'm not very talkative. That's like I said, I like to say humble and stuff. I'm not talk a lot, but I know it comes. You got to do it to get your name out there.
yeah?
It's part of the game. Like, it's part of,
you
part
got
of
to
what
do
you
it.
have to do. Yeah.
I wouldn't say you're not talkative. It's just that you don't.
Not braggadocious.
Yeah,
Like, you don't like.
yeah.
You don't blow yourself up. Like you're not like full of yourself.
Yeah,
Right.
You are
You're not a
humble.
douche.
Yeah.
You're a regular guy.
You can be talkative and humble at the same time. Like
If I was you, I would be the biggest douche. I'm already a douche. I haven't knocked on anyone. I got a black eye from a girl a month ago, and I'm a douche.
Yeah. Tell Adam how that happened. That's a good story.
Yeah.
Well, it was a pretty mean right uppercut to the face.
Yeah, she was a big.
You just secure you with them?
Yeah, at the beach. And breaking up a fight, I grabbed the one guy who was on top, just have him on the ground, holding him. Not a big guy. I found out later that this was his wife. They got married like a couple days before this. And like I was just holding him on the ground while the other bouncer grabbed the other guy, and she ran up and knocked me in the face with a nice little uppercut. Like I was on all fours. Maybe right in the side of the face, right over here. And then I look up to see like what the fuck's going on, because there's a 100-pound girl. She punched me in the face. She didn't knock me out or anything.
Right.
Like, what the fuck's happening? I look up. She punched me in the same exact spot. I had a black eye for like 2 weeks.
In a wedding.
And the wedding. And that wedding I went to, I had a black eye at the bachelor party from wrestling practice. It's like everyone I see at that wedding thinks I'm getting into a lot of fights.
Yeah, tough guy.
Yeah. I'm the furthest thing from a tough guy.
Did you hear the story about Keith after the fight?
7-Eleven? Yeah. So,
This sounds awesome.
Keith might get mad at me. I don't know if
He posted it.
Oh yeah, so he posted about this. So I guess it was like
the Monday after.
Yeah, so it was two days later, after the UFC fight at the Coliseum.
Okay.
So he's in the 7-Eleven by his house. He's making coffee, and some guy recognizes him. He's like, "Hey, you're Keith Trimble, right?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, you train Gian and Ryan?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I saw the fights, whatever." And he's like, "How come you didn't tell Gian to go for the knockout?" Or like something like that. It was just like, I would have told him to throw more punches or something like that.
Would you win the fight?
And Keith goes,
you tell him to get up.
Keith was like looking around, and he's like looking around, and the guy keeps going, and he's like, "Where are the cameras?" And he's like,
fucking trolling me.
Like, "Where's Ashton Kutcher?" Like, am I getting punked right now? He like really believed that was what was going on. I guess he was just finally like, "Dude, do you train or anything like that?" The guy was like, "Yeah, I did 6 months of jiu-jitsu." He was like, get the fuck out of my face.
He was like, why? I'm just giving you my opinion. He's like, dude, did anybody ask you for your opinion? It's like, what entitles people to give you an opinion? It's like the same thing with social media. It's like, you got these guys commenting stuff. Like, who the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, do they really care what you... I mean, unless you got, say, okay, cool, congrats, awesome, good job, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you want to criticize me? Like, who are you?
Yeah.
That is
You should have tried to knock that guy out, John. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's my biggest pet peeve. I can't stand that shit. I saw actually, it was 2 or 3 fights ago. Keith posted something on Facebook. It was a picture of you, and some guy mentioned something, like saying that you needed to lose weight or something like that.
Yeah.
And Keith was like, "Oh, thanks for your fucking expert opinion." Like he's like, "Tell me how many years of boxing you have, like that you're such an expert."
Yeah.
And it was actually, I think it was the fight where you landed like 120 punches per round. He put up like a picture of that and you, and that's like what some guy focused on. Like, what are you fucking serious, dude? Like, people are retarded, man. That's my biggest pet peeve. I cannot stand
Experts.
Yeah, so. I know you probably heard about this. The guy, Adam Braidwood, he fought that dude Tim Hague in Canada, and Hague died after the fight. So it made the rounds. It was pretty big.
I heard it. Yeah.
I saw on social media, dude, the shit that people were writing, and it fucking people are such pieces of shit. They went and started on the guy Adam Braidwood's Instagram, writing like, "You fucking murderer," and all this shit. And I'm just like, dude, it's like the same thing. It doesn't matter. Like, if you win, you lose, or something like that. Like, people are just ruthless assholes. And it's like, how the fucking dare you go say that shit to that guy, man? Like, the things they were saying to him, they're like, "You piece of shit, you celebrated in the ring," and how he put out a video on his Instagram in tears, saying I don't want. He's like, people are messaging me with their condolences and worrying about me. He's like, this is not about me. He's like, it's about Tim and his family. He's like, donate to this. He did all the right things, and people were still like, "You fucking piece of shit. You waited 3 days to say anything," and this and that, like crucifying over that. And it's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, you think they called him right away and be like, "Oh, by the way, the guy you fought's in a coma right now. Like, you should probably say something on social media." Like, people are just fucking assholes, man. Like, and it's the same thing. Like, you could knock a guy out in 8 seconds, and people still be like, "Oh, you didn't rotate that foot enough." Or, fuck out of here, dude. Go live on your Instagram and see if you get people from Germany, bitch. Tell me about my right hand.
Yeah, man, that's amazing. Like, after the fight, I was doing interviews from the UK, Philippines, Poland. It's all over the world. It's an amazing feeling.
Yeah, but then you're still gonna get those dickheads who tell you.
Yeah, but it is.
You didn't do this.
It comes with it, right?
Computer screen.
Yeah.
Keyboard warriors. This is why the Mayweather-McGregor fight drives me crazy a little bit too, because it's like all anybody wants to talk to me about, ugh.
But it's good though. It's all. But yeah, it kind of sucks. It's like you have really two good boxing. Well, one really good boxing fight coming up with Golovkin and Canelo.
Oh, that's gonna be a fucking
Wait
fight.
for that fight.
Like nobody gives a fuck about that fight because everybody's talking about Conor and
That fight's
Mayweather.
sold out though. The Mayweather-McGregor
Right.
fight's not.
Right. Yeah, well, you
Well, it's
still have
'cause-
prices.
Oh, yeah, Jesus Christ.
How about? Did you watch Lomachenko?
Yeah,
Dude,
he's bad. Huh?
that guy is. He lives in the goddamn Matrix. That guy.
Yeah, he's,
Yeah, he's not human.
He's
something
fucking
else, like-
unbelievable. That dude. He is fucking amazing. He's. I think right now, he's the best guy I've seen in a long time. What do you think?
he's good. He's real good.
That guy's footwork is crazy, huh?
Yeah, he's real good.
I watched a video that showed a breakdown of him and all the shit that he does, like shit that he'll do to like bait people into throwing shit at him.
That's what's the
I
craziest
saw a
thing.
little bit of that, yeah.
He gets you to do whatever he wants you to do.
Yeah.
That's like the weirdest thing. Like he's almost in every fighter's head that he's fighting against, and he's like, "I'm gonna do this because I know he's gonna do that," and it works every time.
It's good. It's awesome. It's good. Like it's good. You have like interesting characters in boxing.
That guy's awesome. That guy, I feel like that guy.
But I think boxing overall is picking up a lot of people talking about it
They
more,
are,
especially
yeah,
with that
for
PBC
sure.
stuff, which is Premier Boxing Championship.
Yeah.
Did a good job. You talk to a regular guy on the street, it's like, oh, PBC, I know whatever it is, which is great.
Yeah, boxing's definitely making a comeback, man. I'm happy to see it. There's like a lot of good fights that I'm interested in, a lot of good like up and coming fighters that I'm interested in.
I think the biggest thing or the biggest downside to boxing right now is how many different associations there are, and
The titles.
Yeah, the titles, and like it's like, no, come on, guys, you got to get it together. You got to get
So you
one.
have to-
You got to unify the shit. Yeah,
Once you unify the belt,
But that's
it
what
should
I'm
get
saying. The
unified
UFC,
forever.
and then you have the UFC as a top organization, and who's the best? Because I think like the guy from Andre Harrison from our gym could compete with the fucking
Oh,
UFC champ.
100%, 100%. Andre is the
See-
best 145 pounder in the world. That's not in the UFC. It doesn't
Yeah,
make any sense.
he should be. But anyway, like
Trey the Bull. Yeah.
Yeah.
I follow him on Instagram. I'm not familiar.
he's
I don't
good.
follow fighting as much as you guys. I follow
we-
wrestling.
You busy
What
drinking?
should we like WWE?
I drink and I follow wrestling. You want to talk
No,
about Kyle Snyder?
real wrestling. Not
Yeah,
Philly
yeah,
just-
no, real wrestling, like Olympic level wrestling.
Oh, they're like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I'm talking about like the world teams, the world trials, all that stuff.
No, him and his brother are actually like big in the wrestling community. Gregor knows his brother very well.
cool.
One of Gregor's guys, they also coached Nick Piccinini. He's been down to the gym a bunch. He was a stud.
Yeah,
Worked with Gregor.
I'm not a big
all
fan
the
of wrestling. I think it's a little gay.
Parking lot, no punches.
I mean, no, guys hugging each other.
Oh, there's more to it than that. That's part of it.
time. You're outnumbered right now. You're outnumbered right now. You got two grapplers in the room. Between Skanga and me, we equal heavyweight. All right.
Oh yes, yeah. Between me and half of me,
Yeah, I was just saying.
I could lose 50 pounds with the heavyweight.
What the fuck were we talking about?
You said how?
The boxing titles, you were saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you have heavyweight division. You have 4 titles. You
Yeah,
have
IBF,
IBF,
WBA.
And you have three champions: Joshua, Wilder, and Parker.
Like that's just crazy. There's no reason for that.
And they're not going to fight each other, right?
Well, they're trying to.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why. I think that's why boxing is picking up right now, because the top guys are fighting the top guys.
Yeah.
And this is what it needs.
For a while, it wasn't like that.
Yeah, guys are protected, but now it's like you have to do it because the fans are like, yo, fuck this.
Well, you know what? That's the one good thing about the UFC is that the best guys always fight the best guys.
Yeah, but I think Mayweather was the zero was such a big fucking holy thing. People were scared to take risks, and you know.
Yeah. Well, that was the weird thing. Like Mayweather kind of made that happen, where you were looked at like if you say you're an up and coming guy like you, and you get to 22, 23 wins, 23-0, 22-0, whatever, and you lose once, it's like that's it, it's over.
Yeah.
Which is
It's a
fucking
wrap.
ridiculous. If you look at all the best guys, you know, from years ago, Tyson, Sugar Ray, Duran, you know,
Muhammad
Frazier,
Ali,
all
like,
these guys,
all these guys,
they
they
fought
lost.
the best guys and they fucking lost.
Yeah.
it didn't take anything away from them. You know,
Right,
like,
yeah, so it's...
you can't go undefeated unless you're, fighting cans the whole time.
Yeah.
Which, I get it. To a certain level, you gotta build up. You take your first couple fights, you build up slowly before you're on that level, fighting monsters every fight. But at a certain point, if you're holding one of those titles, you have to go fight the guy who's holding the other organization.
Yeah, you got to unify it. Like
Yeah.
at some point, like it's.
Isn't that what for our era coming up? That's what made Mike Tyson the fucking man. He was knocking everybody out and unifying the
fighting,
titles.
yeah.
He was the only boxer to ever unify the titles twice. Like, you got to do that shit. So you need to go
Let's go.
grab one of those
Get on
fucking
it.
titles out of him and start unifying that shit.
3 titles, 3 of us in your entourage. I'm just saying.
We can hold the belt.
We can all hold the belt.
I'd make a sick
You
hype
got to
man.
hold it about chest height. Me and D-Rock would be,
I'd make a good hype man.
Yeah.
Let's pick up slowly. That's good. We get Eric here, right? Because he usually takes over the second part of the...
Is that what happens?
So you want to laugh, actually? You want to laugh?
Because last time, first time we did, Eric didn't say a word for the first, 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
he's got to warm up.
Yeah, then, the 40, he just took
He's like,
over.
okay, I can talk now.
So let's laugh at this real quick, right? So Eric, I just discovered this today. I was on his Instagram, right? So he's got this thing on his profile. Below is a link where you can leave me anonymous constructive criticism or just roast me.
Wow,
So you click
what?
this link. Yeah, you click this link and it brings you to a little box and you can write whatever you want to him.
He just posted that today.
Yeah. So I saw it today and wrote to him. So I wrote to him what I'm about to say. I was like, "You're always fucking late." I was like, "And you ramble when you talk, but I still love you." Like, Eric is a rambler. Once he gets going, it's just fucking rah, and he'll be telling a story, and it's like, dude,
He sidetracked himself.
yeah,
sometimes.
we're a half hour into your point, and I don't know where we are anymore. So he'll start talking to you, and it's like, what?
Yeah, he's the only person I know that will sidetrack himself. Like he'll be telling a story, and then he'll go off on a tangent on his own, and then tangent again. Like, Eric, where the fuck did we go? What was your original point?
What's great is that's one of his pet peeves. He hates people that do that, and I'm like, dude. So maybe
I'm right that he's a hypocrite.
should we roast him? Should everybody roast him right now, live on this podcast? We go to his thing and write some shit. You could, you should write to him. Be like,
Be like,
I know you're healthy now. It's time to spar.
Stop with all the excuses.
you should have the people from Germany and Poland and the UK start roasting him.
Yes.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
Leave a constructive message.
I gotta say though,
So ridiculous.
that's fucking pretty gangster.
That is.
Because he's opening himself up to people. Some people are gonna write some nasty shit.
Oh man, what's he really self-conscious about?
His front-facing, goofy, tall guy posture.
Airline.
I was just saying
Yeah, I've been thinking airline since it started.
his inability to grow a good beard.
Yeah.
I feel like you could grow a mean beard, right?
pussy.
Yeah.
Polish, man. You'd probably get fucking. You look mean.
You look
as fuck.
mean.
It gets itchy.
It goes away real quick. Yeah,
But then you can't be
after
baby facing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need new nickname.
Burly face.
Ooh, beard, man.
Yeah, you look shaved head, big bushy beard.
Do you think that
Fucking
softens
terrifying.
blows a little bit, like the guys who have the...
No.
Isn't that a rule in boxing? You're not allowed to have a beard past a certain
No,
length.
I think it's if the other opponent doesn't prove it, then yeah.
Okay.
There's this guy called John Ruiz.
Yep.
He had a big beard.
He's
I
the
mean, I
most
guess
boring boxer ever.
He used to hold forever. Right?
Oh my god! I remember growing up as a kid. So I grew up watching boxing. With my dad was a big fight fan, so I used to watch all boxing. That's how I ended up, fighting and stuff. I remember watching Ruiz, and it's like 10, 11 years old. When you're young, you don't know any better, so you just want to see exciting shit. I remember every time that guy fought, I was like, fuck. I was like 12 rounds. It felt like forever to me. I hated
You
it.
actually talk
Long
about
fight.
this the gym the other day. Some fights are like that, and some fights okay, why is it over? They go by so quick because it's so exciting.
You're like, come on, let's do some more rounds.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck just happened here?
Yours always end quick.
Yeah.
How many? You only got the distance? What? Once? Twice?
Three times.
3 times? Shit. Now, does that work against you sometimes because you're
Okay.
constantly finishing people early? Like,
Yeah, but I think doesn't matter.
you just really
It's better to start efficiently. Because you get paid the same money.
short night of work.
I was done in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm out.
That's it.
But
I have my long fights with 8 rounds and stuff, so
Yeah.
I got the work in. I know how it feels to go that distance.
do you because you're atypical, I think, in the gym that you train at, right? Because you're not in an exclusive boxing gym.
Yeah.
You know, Keith is the fucking man, but you're in more of an MMA gym.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, I think that's fucking cool. I
Yeah.
feel like, do you think that benefits you because you're exposed to other things, and like you can, like, maybe
Pick up.
pick
I
up
think-
training protocols? And
Yeah, I think train he has whatever he wants us to do, but yeah, I think it's different. I think boxing is like with the nutrition and stuff. Like I don't have to cut weight.
yeah,
The way UFC guys cut weight and the way boxers cut weight, it's so different.
Different,
Like you
yeah.
guys cut weight last day of for the fight. Boxers cut it like 2 or 3 weeks. So you have guys starving themselves for 2 or 3 weeks before they fight, which is not good.
fuck that.
But the list of like doing a workout before your fight is also something I picked up from Keith.
Yeah.
So yeah, you pick up different stuff, different philosophies.
It was good to finally see Keith get the recognition he deserved. They finally, like the UFC actually published an article about.
It was so he had so guys.
Yeah,
Right?
it happens. What are you gonna do? It is what it is. But I was just glad to see him get the recognition he finally.
He should
deserved.
have got it earlier.
Yeah. He doesn't get enough credit, man. That guy. The whole reason why I went to that gym was because of Keith. You know, when I decided to really start working on my striking and go after fighting more, I was like, I knew that's where I needed to be. You know, like
It's no bullshit.
no. And I didn't even think he was gonna fucking train me at first, to be honest with you. But it's good to see him finally get that fucking recognition, man. Because
It's
if you-
crazy. Like he says those people like you know I don't like if you don't click he'll be like I don't
Yeah.
like you I'm not training you.
Yeah, he's got no problem telling me
Yeah.
that either. So, well, here's a question actually, because like Keith is notorious for that shit. Like he's no bullshit or whatever, and like he's. We were laughing about this the other day. He's super hard on Dre. Like they're always shit talking to each other. He always gets mad at him. He says he gets mad at Andre and probably yells at him the most. Does he yell at you a lot? Do you like you guys just like
We kick it off like
yeah?
it's funny since we first started training like we connected so good like we knew each other for years. Like, we just clicked. I guess you got that with some people.
Yeah. We were laughing, man. He was training me, and I don't know how it came up, but then him and Andre started like barking at each other because he's like, this fucking guy, you know. He's like, I yell at this guy more than anybody else in the whole fucking gym, and it turned into like the whole conversation about, you know.
But Dre just laughs. He
Yeah, he just laughs it off. You know, he was laughing at him because he's like, you know, because Dre's just so relaxed. He's like the most relaxed dude in the world, and that's just his personality. You
it
know?
was crazy. Like he's so strong. He's such a good shape. It's like he should be murdering these guys.
Well, that's why Keith gets so pissed off. Yeah, dude. Yeah,
And his boxing is like it's so good. His wrestling is so good. Like
that's, to me, you watch his last 2 fights, dude, that's a testament to how good Andre and Keith both are. Because Andre was primarily a wrestler. You know, he had a wrestling background. Now you watch this guy,
well, even
he didn't try
Gregor
to take...
Giuseppe, his boxing is coming on the walls. His last fight, not the guy what, like 15 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the guy was a Golden Glove champion in Ohio.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
And Gregor was a wrestler.
yeah.
Right through and through a wrestler.
Wrestling.
Knocking people
Not gay.
dumb, though, now. Not gay. Well, you know what? That's the other thing, actually. You train in a gym with a bunch of guys who wrestle and stuff
I
like
tell
that.
him all the time, like, you guys are faggots.
Oh, that hits us like us. I guess you're never going to try it. What do they have to say? Because I know
I'm
you and
big.
Gian spar all the time.
I can't really say anything.
It's so true.
Yeah, I can't say anything to you. You are big. But I was just going to say, because I know you spar with Gian all the time. You and
No, but
Gian are close,
they agree with me. They say a little bit. It's like, it was like, yeah, you're right, a little. It's gay a little, right? Some moves.
It's not 100% straight. You know, you gotta grab a guy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
that's what I'm saying.
You're gonna touch him in some. You're not grabbing the nutsack, but you might be grabbing their upper thigh. You know,
This took a turn for the worse.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people agree with me. It's like, yeah, you're right to a certain degree.
Oh, shit.
yeah, I guess if you think about it, it's definitely not 100% straight. You know, you gotta have your hips in, and you got
The 6 Borough Podcast. Straight.
The not so straight podcast.
Oh my god. This is 2 in a row. We were talking about fucking Anthony in the steam room fucking last time.
Yeah, so our last guest, he was fighting at Bellator at the Garden. He's talking about how he was in the steam room cutting weight, and some dude started jerking off in front of him.
What? No way.
Well, apparently there's like this whole protocol and etiquette to like the type of towel that you have, the way you wrap it around your waist. That like people think that
Europe,
you're like
it's all nude. So that's dope. And it's co-ed too.
See, that I'm into.
That's dope. See, yeah. If you would have left out the co-ed part,
you should have started with wrestling. I started with it's co-ed. It's dope. I heard it's co, but I was thrown off.
Wait, whoa.
Second to
Sure you don't do wrestling?
you sure you don't wear a singlet?
No, it's all nude.
So I guess you don't want to learn any wrestling at all, huh? Not just MMA in a little bit.
No.
Fair enough. Alright.
If McGregor wins, fuck.
I was just saying, everyone's going to go MMA.
Yeah, it's like...
I almost would love to see... I know it's not going to happen because of the contract, but I would just love to see McGregor go rogue and just fucking head kick
out of him.
He might. I don't know what happened, right? If just
he won't get paid. It's in the contract.
Oh, he'll get paid?
Yeah, he won't get paid. He'll lose all the money. Although, if you think about it, though...
What if you do it after the belt?
He'd probably make more money.
He'd probably make
more money
afterwards.
No, you think so? Nah, he's making a shitload of money now.
Yeah, go with the thing that's already on contract.
Yeah.
Not what you might make.
Because who will fight him after?
I saw...
I doubt he's going to have another fucking boxing match.
I mean, Paulie
I doubt he
might
ever fights ever again. What do you think about that? Yeah, Paulie Malignaggi.
Yeah, it's Paulie's my man, so... I think they did him wrong.
He did him dirty, dude.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
So, alright, so Paulie Malignaggi's a retired boxer. He was a world champion. He talked a boatload of shit, apparently, about McGregor prior to this, when it was still speculation between Mayweather and McGregor. Then it got signed. McGregor camp brought in Paulie Malignaggi to spar. So he went. He sparred. They had 2 pretty intense sparring sessions. Paulie actually gave McGregor a bunch of props. Said he was tough, admired his work ethic, and I guess he kind of thought, you know, they strapped it out and buried the hatchet a little bit, only for McGregor to release photos that made it look like Paulie knocked him down in sparring. And like,
Or he knocked Paulie down.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, that he knocked Paulie down in sparring. And Paulie was like, fuck you guys, I'm out, and left.
I think it was a push. Like, I doubt.
I'm sure there was shit on both sides. Like, it's
Well, so Paulie's come out and done some interviews where he was saying, like, they were talking boatloads of shit during the sparring. And he said he was getting the better of McGregor, hitting him with some body shots and shit like that, and McGregor got frustrated, tied him up, and pushed him. And then, you know, released the picture, like, to make him look better. What do you know Paulie?
Yeah.
Like, what do you, like, from all accounts, that guy's like a straight shooter. He tells it. Like,
Yeah, how it is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why there's no reason for him to lie.
Yeah. So what do you think with like, if Paulie was cleaning him out and sparring?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think it's going. I don't think maybe. You know, like, it's boxing, so one shot.
all it takes is him landing one shot.
It must be like the chance of that happening. Or fucking.
It's like knocking a dart out of the air with another dart.
It's like, yeah.
I don't see it happening. But they're petitioning. I saw an article today. The Nevada
gloves?
State Athletic
8
Commission.
ounces?
Yeah, they might go to 8-ounce gloves.
Come on. Why?
I don't know, because all the bullshit talk about glove differences from MMA.
But I think it's more like hype.
How heavy are the boxing gloves?
They're supposed to be 10 ounces.
10 ounces?
No,
How
well,
heavy
it
are MMA
depends.
gloves?
Well, it's based on weight.
It's
So
not
they're
weight, size too.
right. So what do
Biggest thing.
you
I use tens.
use 10s? Okay, so from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong.
140 and the lower is 8s.
Okay.
And they're fighting at 157, right?
Yeah.
So they're supposed to use 10-ounce gloves
Yeah.
because that weight up is supposed to be 10 ounces. So now they're trying to go to 8 because Mayweather talks some bullshit about I use 4-ounce gloves in MMA. So, I mean, I'm not gonna lie though, man.
But like the
You
padding
feel
is the
4-ounce
same.
gloves.
No, but padding is the same. The fists.
So you're saying the difference in the 2 ounces is what? Where
Well,
the
because
glove?
here the MMA is like here's empty and the wrist is more empty. You know what I'm saying?
You mean boxing to MMA?
Yeah. Like
Dude.
the padding is pretty much the same.
I've never. I think I did a kickboxing fight with 12-ounce gloves.
Right.
From 12 to 16, I didn't feel too crazy of a difference. Bye, Adam.
Keep talking.
no inkling like I'm gonna go pee.
I don't think the padding's the same. Just looking at him.
No, that's what I was gonna say
Yeah.
because when we spar in the gym, we use 16-ounce gloves. So I did a kickboxing fight with 12s. You can feel the difference. It's 4 ounces. Now, amateur MMA, 7-ounce gloves. You fucking feel that shit. You put on the pro gloves and I've sparred with 4-ounce gloves. You feel every fucking shot. It's definitely different. It's definitely
In
different.
your hands, you feel it, or
No, you feel it
Like your
different.
face.
I was thinking you were talking about how you feel the difference.
No,
in your
you
hands.
feel when you get hit, man. So, like I said, in the gym we spar normally. We usually spar 16-ounce gloves.
18s.
You use 18s?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I usually use 16s. But like I said, so I did.
glove game, D-Rock.
No, higher padding is better.
Yeah, it's heavier, it's stronger.
Heavy hands.
It's
Inside.
not. Just drink more beer.
One of us in the room is top 10. Just saying.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Now, but heavyweights use 18s.
Well, you're heavyweights. You have everything is heavy.
Yeah.
It hurts. Yeah, but whatever. My point is that I think the 10 and 8 is going to matter. I think so. Because MMA, amateur
I don't
MMA.
knuckle.
think Connor's gonna hit him.
I don't think he's gonna hit him either. But I'm just saying. Amateur MMA, 7-ounce gloves. Pro 4. You can feel the difference.
Right.
You know, like when I got hit with a 4-ounce glove, you feel that motherfucker. You feel all. I mean, you feel them in 7-ounce gloves too. Don't get me wrong.
Yo, my wife texted me. She's waiting outside.
You gotta go.
Nah, yeah, we got like what, 5 minutes, 7 minutes.
Well, we're at hour 20.
Make your
Yeah, we
make
can.
your wife wait.
Yeah, we can wrap this up.
Take off.
Let's
Bring
get
her
it
in.
Mrs. Babyface.
I was just kidding, but yeah, she was like,
All right, but before you go, plug all your
some-
social media. Tell everybody how to follow you and
yeah,
find
he
you.
needs more followers.
Yes.
Yo, more like, from Long Island, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
So,
So yeah, hit me up on AK Babyface. That's Twitter, Facebook, and Adam Kownacki on Facebook.
Right on. So stay tuned for what?
We'll pump it up on ours too.
October, November?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Also, I'm working on a website.
Yeah.
Yeah, akbabyface.com.
Okay.
I get shirts and shit. So
Nice.
come support.
We'll rock some of that shit.
Yeah.
I've bought some of your shirts. I'm a supporter. I'm on the team. I like your shirt. Actually, it's funny. I
That was
shaved.
a crazy story because I had shirts for him, and Keith had him in his like car for like fucking
3 months. I wore one of your shirts. I'd shaved, right? You know, I normally have a beard, and I'd shaved, and it wasn't on purpose. But I wore one of your shirts, not the one with the big graphic, not with the one with the big eagle, I guess that is.
Yeah.
So it's just the one that's AK and
Yeah.
it says Babyface.
Right.
I wore it to work. I didn't even realize. I just kind of threw it on and went. And everyone's like, "Oh, Babyface, you shaved." Like, "Oh, is that you? Is that you?" I'm like, "No, it's not me. Like, it's my buddy." And they're like, "Oh, you did that on purpose?" I was like, "No, actually, I didn't." Like, didn't even go through my mind. But completely irrelevant, fun story. So, all right, stay tuned for Adam coming up. Hopefully, October, November, or December, November.
October,
December.
November.
October, November. You know what?
Hopefully Nassau or Barclays.
Okay. Do you have Any?
What I've been hearing.
You have any shirts left over?
No, it usually goes like I make a batch and they go out.
Okay, I was saying because
I'm gonna have some for the thing, the meet and greet in Connecticut. I gotta find out who organized the thing in Riverhead. I'm not sure to go there too.
We'll find out for you.
Yeah.
We'll do the work for you. Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out.
Or if we can come.
And then, well, maybe we'll set something up where we can interview them and you.
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome.
I know. When are you in the gym next?
Tomorrow. I
Yeah,
took Thursday off, but I'm in the gym yesterday. I'm busy. I'm trying to stay in shape. It's a big victory, but continue working hard and.
Oddly enough, it's next weekend, August 19th. Somehow I don't think we're going to make that one.
Speak for yourself. I'm going.